Back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce, as usual. But it's not as usual. We have another special guest. Paul Chabot is here again.
Take two.
Take two, right? We did 12 minutes on Black Sabbath, if you recall.
I think it was 20.
It
was more than 12.
It was more than 12? Was it 17?
So.
Maybe I edited it down. I don't know. It was a lot.
People try to forget about it.
I don't know. Maybe it's going to be the same. Maybe we're going to do Inagata Devita 6 times today.
There you go.
So welcome back to the cave, Paul.
Thank you for having me.
COVID scare. So as a nation, so it's nice to have people in the cave. How's the cave looking these days? Looking
it's
good, right?
amazing. I haven't been here in a long time, and man, it is larger than life. It's amazing. This is great back here.
Yeah, so
it's a museum.
Awesome to have someone to talk to, because people are getting tired of hearing just me talk, I think. So, so we planned having you on the show several months ago.
Yep.
And we were trying to kick around what would make perfect sense, and we came to the conclusion that you're a big metal fan.
Yeah.
You're a bigger metal fan than I am. And you said, I want to do Megadeth.
Megadeth, there we go.
There we go, the almighty Megadeth. And so I said, oh, Peace Sells' anniversary is coming up. And you're like, no, I want to do Rust in Peace. And so that's where we left it. And it's been like a few months. Mm-hmm. And then finally we said, well, we'll film it in July. And so lo and behold, I text you and say, are you ready to do Song of the Day? And you're like, yep. And then we wait another couple weeks, and then I was like, so you ready to film Song of the Day or what? And you're like, yeah, except one thing. I got a date on my calendar that's pretty important in my life, and so I think we need to mix up and change the topic of Megadeth.
If you're good with it, because...
If you're good with it. Well, I'm good. You're the guest. The guest gets to, I mean, as long as someone doesn't come on my show and say they're doing Michael Bublé or Josh Groban.
I'm good with both of them.
I'm good, all right? So that's where I draw my line right now. So
not a hater, Ann. I'm good with
them. That's right.
I'm good with them.
So whatever, you're the guest, so you get to decide. So you said, Mark, I got a big date on Tuesday. That's why we're broadcasting this on Tasty Tuneage Tuesday. And so what is the reason why you're here today, Paul?
Big day. Thank you, Mark. So today is my 25th anniversary. To my lovely wife, Kimberly.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know how she did it, but
man, I didn't know you guys were just in your early 40s. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's another show.
Yeah, that's
on
right.
birthdays.
Yes.
But I wanted to see if we could use this time to sort of talk a bit about what's happened 25 years ago and the songs throughout the years that kind of had to do with Kimberly and I, and I thought that'd be kind of neat.
I agree. I mean, Sarah and yourself started working at Anderson about 24 years ago.
Something like that.
And somewhere around there. And because our 25th anniversary will be next year. And we became friends somewhere after that, somewhere around probably early 98 or somewhere in 97. Good friends, probably
time.
98. Yes, right. So
I think we need to have an anniversary show.
Yes, there we go. So we've known each other for a long time, and we've seen a lot of concerts, that's for sure, a ton of them. We can't even list them all, right?
No.
And yeah, 25 years, that's a pretty big deal.
It is.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. What was happening 25 years ago?
Well, 25 years ago, 1996, that summer, let's talk about some music stuff, right? June 26th, Sammy Hagar leaves Van Halen. We all remember that, right? July 8th, the Spice Girls dropped their first single, Wannabe. Remember that one? Yep.
Not so much.
Wanna be my lover. You know that song.
Oh, now? Okay.
Yeah. August 1st, MTV2 was launched, and the first video was Where It's At by Beck. Much better than MTV1's first video, Buggles Radio Killed the Video.
You killed the radio star.
Yeah.
The Buggles didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And September 4th, the MTV Music Awards, the famous one where Van Halen came on, and speaking of Van Halen, and David Lee Roth surprised the crowd and came out with that incoherent talk that he does.
He's usually incoherent.
And basically made it sound like they were getting back together, and the band was so mad they didn't do that. The movies of the summer of '96, Twister, Mission Impossible 1. What are we on? We're on Mission Impossible
6 or
7. Cable Guy, awesomely funny movie, Cable Guy, and Independence Day. Those were all pretty great movies.
Many people probably watched 2 weeks ago.
Yes,
last week.
Yeah. So that was going on in '96.
Back in the day, right?
Yeah. So what do you have to say about music, Paul, and your
So what I thought was cool
Journey.
was, back when Kimberly and I were dating, so before we got married, right? She made me.
You guys started dating in college.
We did. So yeah, it's a scary part too. She was a freshman, and
Right.
I locked her up quick.
Yes.
So 2 years into our dating relationship, she made this poem/songbook, which is really cool. She listed.
Look at her handwriting.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Wow.
It's beautiful handwriting.
Check that out. All
I don't
right.
have the time to write like this.
Right.
But songs from like Sting and Toad the Red Sprocket and Billy Joel and that sort of thing. So the whole thing's full of poems and songs. So I thought it was really cool. We won't go through all of them. But the song at the very end of it that she ends with is one of the songs of the day. In fact,
Okay.
prelude, it will be the song of the day.
That's awesome. So she wrote the lyrics of a song she likes, and she filled up that whole notebook.
The whole book, but yep, exactly. And the last song was And So It Goes by Billy Joel. Now, that is unconventional as a relationship song because he actually wrote that song to Elle Macpherson because they were breaking up, and he realized that they weren't going to be together, and he was kind of wishing her well and those sort of things. But the way that Kimberly and I sort of took it was more of an openness and a vulnerability to have my heart and that I trust in you and all that sort of stuff. And so
Okay.
that's how we kind of looked at it. So that's a really special song for me and her. So that's today's song of the day. But if you go through some of the years of other songs, right? So after college, she goes off to be a teacher. So I know you did 38 Special already, but Teacher, awesome song.
Yes, that was in a movie.
Yes. Yep. I can picture the apple.
Rodney Dangerfield or something? No.
No, you're thinking.
Back to School?
Was it in Back to School? We'll have to look that up after
Okay,
the
we didn't
taping.
practice it.
Maybe
Yes,
we'll
right.
put
All right,
comments on the
Teacher
section.
is a great song. By
It's a great song. So that was her job, and a lot of time she spent with kids. So there we go. And then we get married. So the wedding song, and
if you noted, you did not have hair when you got married too. So that's
no,
also
I've been like this
for more than 25 years. That should be noted as well, people.
And I can tell you that 25
He
years
hasn't
ago,
aged at all. Look.
this looked very weird 25
Oh,
years
God,
ago.
yes, it did.
So hats off to Kimberly
Right.
for putting up with that.
That's right.
But our song and our wedding song was Mark Cohen's True Companion, which back then in '96 was sort of a little bit fresh and new. Now it's a pretty common song, but that's okay.
Wait, is that the same song? Is that the same exact? Is that a remake?
True Companion?
Yeah.
No, it's an original
It is.
by Mark Cohen. The best part about this song, we told the DJ at our wedding, play it for our dance.
Uh-huh.
There is I don't know, it feels like 3 minutes, but it's like a 30-second prelude where you can hardly hear any music. So we're kind of standing there waiting to start dancing, and it just
just
pure
stand
silence,
there.
totally awkward, Anyway,
That's funny.
you had to be there, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So that's the wedding song and the,
Yeah.
and the song of, or the couple, if you will. And then just a couple more to go. So then come kids, right?
Yep.
And so I'm sure other people have experience with the kids, but we had some not sleepers.
Yep.
Right? So we spent a few years just totally red-eyed walking around. And our big joke and song, if you will, that we would play is "No Sleep Till Brooklyn" by the Beastie Boys.
Good song. That's a good one. Yep.
And every time a kid was up late, we start singing that song,
Right.
whatever, it's a joke to each other. So that's there. And then speaking of sleep, along the way we had some little medical thing kind of throw in there, and Kimberly took the deep sleep
That's true.
for a few
Yep,
days.
Right.
So Coma by Guns N' Roses is on the
There you
list
go.
as well. So that's an important part of our relationship over the past
Yes.
25 years, 15 years ago or something. I think that happened.
Yep.
Crazy
Probably about
times.
15 years ago. Yeah.
So then, coming out of that, you really kind of have a different kind of view on things.
Yep.
And song that always kind of gets Kimberly going, and our whole household going, if you will. I was really shocked by this. She really liked the movie 8 Mile
Great movie. Yeah.
and Lose Yourself by Eminem.
There's that scene in the movie at the end where the whole crowd and he's in the competition, and you're like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna? He's nervous. He's famous for not being able to sing when he's nervous, and then
Right.
and then he goes through the battle and he does that, and
It's
got
awesome.
chills on the back of my neck right now just thinking about it. What a song that is. That's a great song.
It's fantastic.
And it
it's-
builds up.
right.
Yeah.
And we think about it, Kimberly's an entrepreneur. She's doing a bunch of different things, and it's like, how do you just sort of get up and go, right? And you just gotta go for it. No sense
Right.
in waiting, kind of a thing. And so I
Yeah.
love that song for her, and we like it when we play it around the house. Some of the kids will walk around, especially my son's into hip hop and rap, so he likes it too, of course.
It's always great when the kids appreciate the music. music that the parents are listening to. That's all I can say about that. That's for sure.
So I thought was really neat, right? So again, this was more than 25 years old, this book, right? And
Yep.
so towards the end, she wrote this little paragraph. I won't read the whole thing, but she goes, I look forward to the day when we can only remember how young we were when this was written. Here's to us for always and forever and many years to come, Kimberlea. So back at you, honey.
Nice.
I love you very
Happy
much.
25th wedding anniversary, Paul and Kimberlea.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And it's not Megadeth, Kimberlea, so that's not the song of the day. But if you want to call in right now with your favorite Megadeth song, we'll wait just a few seconds for you to just dial that phone to ring.
Big fan. There's a
Yes,
large
no.
catalog. She's
yeah. Oh,
no.
it's not ringing. Okay, yeah.
She must not know that we're
Right.
talking about Megadeth,
That's
otherwise
right.
she'd be
Yes,
here.
right. So yeah, that's pretty epic. 25 years. That's quite an accomplishment. So congratulations to you guys. Awesome having you on the show.
Thank you for
Love
letting me
having
be here.
guests on the show, and we'll have you back again, and we will do Megadeth.
We'll do something
At some
heavier
point, something heavier,
than
right?
some of these. So.
Yeah, but these are all great tunes, and we can't wait to post them below. How about people? Hey, here's an idea. How about people post their wedding song
Love
on the
it.
thread below it? What was your wedding song?
Love it.
Post
Tell us
below.
about it.
Tell us, yeah.
And what is, is that song special in another way too?
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
Any stories about that?
That'd be
Whatever
great.
you got, post it below, all right? Okay,
That's it.
those are your songs of the day. Tasty Tuneage Tuesday. Tune in tomorrow for Wanderlust Wednesday. And all kinds of good stuff coming down the pike. Paul, once again, congratulations. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Have a great day,
Thank you, Kimberlea.
everyone. And yeah, congrats, Kimberlea, especially, right? You could say a lot about that. And as usual, we'll
Catch you on the flip side.